And shifting our focus to Mozambique, the situation in the southern African country has been deteriorating day by day. The protests and violence over the disputed October presidential polls have been growing, sparking fears of a wider regional crisis. In the latest, some 13,000 people have reportedly crossed over from Mozambique to Malawi since the 23rd of December. Authorities in one of Malawi's border districts said that around 2,500 Mozambican families had arrived so far. They also said that several government ministries had been put on high alert and the asylum seekers were being housed in a number of temporary sites. The small kingdom of Eswatini, which is located in Mozambique's south, has also seen an influx of more than 350 Mozambicans since last week. And this has taken the total number of Mozambican arrivals since the protests began in October to 500. Moreover, the violence in Mozambique has also forced South Africa to reportedly reroute trade as the border situation grows volatile. Trade and travel has been diverted from South Africa's Lebombo border post to Eswatini's Mananga border post, with Mananga serving as a makeshift lifeline for those seeking passage from Mozambique. Now, the influx of Mozambicans into neighboring countries and the diversion of trade comes as fresh protests and violence have gripped Mozambique. The protests erupted again after the country's top court last week upheld the October presidential results, disputed by the opposition. Now, the court's judgment last Monday put the ruling Frelimo Party's candidate, Daniel Chapo, in the winning spot, extending the party's 49-year-long reign in Mozambique. The court's decision also increased opposition leader Venancio Mondlane's vote share. However, he continued to stay in second position. Mondlane has been calling the election result a fraud. He made several calls for a wider uprising after the court ruled against him and in favor of the ruling Frelimo Party. Mondlane, who is in exile, even declared himself the true winner of the election and vowed to take oath as the country's president on the 15th of January. Fresh protests that began last week have led to several cities and economic activities across the country come to a standstill. Shops, public buildings and petrol stations have all been ransacked and looted in protests, despite Mondlane asking the protesters not to do so. Visuals from Maputo showed that residents were also queuing up outside shops and petrol pumps to buy medicines, fuel and food, which have been running low since the protests began.
We are buying more than the essentials. The idea today was to buy 1, 2, or 3 bags more to prevent a shortage in the next days. We don't expect this situation to end soon. But I couldn't buy everything I usually buy.
Taking advantage of the growing unrest, last week at least 6,000 prisoners escaped from a high-security jail in Maputo, raising concerns of greater chaos in the southern African country. Now, at least 261 have been reportedly killed in the post-poll violence in Mozambique that has also disrupted the business operations of several foreign companies in the country. Around 134 of the 261 have been killed since the top court confirmed Frelimo Party's victory on the 23rd of December. International observers have also been demanding an end to the unrest. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has called for all sides to diffuse tensions immediately.
The Secretary-General is concerned about the post-election violence which has resulted in loss of lives and the destruction of public and private property. He urges all political leaders and relevant national stakeholders to diffuse tensions, including through meaningful dialogue, legal redress, refrain from the use of violence, and redouble efforts to seek a peaceful resolution to the ongoing crisis in a constructive manner, which is essential to the collective future of Mozambicans.
The Southern Africa Development Community, or SADC, a regional body of 16 African members, has also urged all sides to accept the ruling of the top court and has also offered its assistance. South Africa, which fears an influx of Mozambicans, has also urged all parties in Mozambique to come to the negotiating table and discuss a potential solution. But with Mozambicans rushing to neighbouring countries for refuge amid the growing unrest, is this the beginning of a larger crisis in the Southern Africa region?